Okay, now we're here at the downhill zone in Seattle, and it's dream bike time, of course. Adam has outdone himself this time, building up a Pivot Mach 429 carbon, and Adam has helpfully put it on the scale, so we'll see what it weighs in at. Actual weight, 25.02. Pretty good, Adam.
Without pedals.
Without pedals, that's true. Like to get it under 25, but you came close.
We could run no stands. I could run it dry, I suppose, on the tubeless setup for the way
Take the stands out.
I think it would just get you under. Or we could lose some spacers maybe, but I didn't know how high you're going to want the bar, so I had to.
Oh, the spacers, yeah. Well,
I had to play it safe and leave you some room.
Well, hey, talk about the philosophy of this bike a little bit. Obviously, everything is top of the line. It's the 1x11.
Right. Well, it's interesting because I mean, traditionally you would, if you were building a marathon bike like this, intended use would just be long rides, smooth, just covering lots of distance. But the XX1 kind of gives you a slightly different way to approach it, to save a lot of weight, obviously, and really simplify the riding experience. I mean, it's more like driving a sports car where where you have a paddle shifter that's just up and down. It's just easier, harder, and it removes some of the thought process of gear ratio and kind of what gears you're in. You just don't have to worry about it anymore. Obviously keeping the weight down in a 29er is key. Anytime you go to the bigger wheel, the heavier weight of the wheels is noticeable immediately over a 26. So obviously the goal is to keep the rotating mass as low as possible. These are the new SRAM Rise 60 carbon, which is a brand new wheel for them, just came out. It's a tubeless ready carbon rim. Comes with the tubeless setup ready to go. It has their own proprietary free hub assembly. On their lower end, their kind of mid-range kits, they're using DT Swiss Star Ratchet systems. And then on their lowest end stuff, they're using their own internal free hub that they sell on their X9 hubs. But you can hear this one. It's got almost 60 points of engagement for a full rotation. It's their own spline pulse system that they've designed. It feels very solid on power transfer. They're using Supeme spokes in the wheel, so you get a really nice, solid, flat-bladed spoke. It's great for overall stiffness of the wheel. They can get away with the lower spoke count. So yeah, they're definitely a big part of this. They're a great option over Envy if you're looking at Envies. They're a little bit
originally I'd asked for Envies.
Right.
And Adam has a saying, he says, "Welcome to the bike business."
Yeah, I mean, it was a 6 working week lead time.
Right, so well into August.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that company is doing very well, and their product is extremely popular. But we wanted the bike sooner than that, and these had just hit the market, and the free hub is, what can you say? It's got better engagement than the DT. So if they hold up and they do the job, then it's a great alternative to that wheel set.
Now I went with we were going to get the Envy stem, we were going to get the Envy bars, we were going to have like an Envy build, and we couldn't get either of those either.
Yeah, I mean, it was all part of the whole deal. I mean, the Envy stem was available, but the bar was back ordered to September because they're actually currently shifting their bar production in-house. So yeah, it was just wasn't meant to be. The Easton Haven, though, I mean, it's nothing to complain about. This is industry standard, for a nice 28-inch wide, aggressive all-mountain handlebar. It's
Yeah, they've gone with the whole stealth look now.
Yeah, they changed it. It used to not look this way. It's nice. It's very subtle. Same with the stem. They got rid of the champagne faceplate and the champagne graphics. It's all blacked out now. It really suits the bike build perfectly, I think. And I don't know how I felt about a carbon stem, to be honest, on a full mountain bike. I still just I don't know if I feel too good about that, because you're relying on the bonded in inserts in the carbon, and yeah, it's maybe not as secure as I'd like. I mean, this is still a very, very light stem.
Yeah, particularly up in the Northwest, because we beat on our bikes.
It's hard up here. Yeah, it's rough. There's lots of trail noise, so it's good. Yep, thanks, Greg.
And everything else, the Fox.
Yeah,
float.
it's kind of just standard operating equipment, you could say. Right. Fox CTD float, the 32 mil chassis, 15 mil axle. It's the factory finished black paint job from Pivot. You buy the package from them.
Right. It's otherwise it's white. Right?
Otherwise it's white. Now I think this year they might be giving options now. I know they are on the 36, but forever it was white only. So now it can, but if you get it through Pivot in their frame kit, they'll sell you an OE black one, and then the shock is the same as the matching CTD float,
right.
And that's a factory tuned for Pivot with their own valve spec to work with the DW link. It's typically a very light valve spec on these bikes because the DW does such a good job keeping the bike supported mechanically. It doesn't need a lot of compression help to help maintain its pedaling performance.
Right. And I went with the Lev droppable post.
Right.
That's been my favorite since I first rode one on
that's
Firebird.
That's the one that we've had the best luck with as far as
it's got the little thumb shifter right next to the ODI grip. So
and it can integrate with the ODI grip, but I tend to think that it's hard to reach when you replace. You can replace this clamp and it just sits right there.
Right.
But I find that you kind of really have to almost cock your thumb into an odd angle that doesn't feel natural. So I typically run the lever inboard if I can. But yeah, this is the one that we've enjoyed. It's very light. It's one of the lightest in its class, if not the lightest. Maintenance has been real low. We hid the barrel adjuster out of the way underneath the top tube to keep it nice and clean.
Right. So this is what a real bike shop looks like, folks. This is like a working shop. I tell Adam, I come in here, I spend a lot of time in California, but I come back up here and I say, I just want to come in and breathe the air because
I call it my studio more than anything.
It's a real shop. Anyway, thanks a lot, Adam.